Hey friends, welcome back to Toy Foolery, and today we're taking a look at the Jada Toys Chun-Li. We're going to see if this toy is worth the money, and if the head is compatible with the Lightning Collection Blazing Phoenix. But before we do that, let's hit that theme music. So let's check out the box for the Jada Toys Chun-Li. Now, the main reason why I got this toy was specifically because I'm a huge Power Ranger fan, and the fact that the Power Rangers had the Chun-Li character, which they call the Blazing Phoenix Ranger, I was like, hey, you know what, it'd be super dope if they had a non-powered up head sculpt. Of course, they didn't because they didn't get the rights to it. They only had the rights to the scope from the game. So I went out and got this and said, hey, you know what? I can use it as an unmorphed Chun-Li as well as put a civilian head on the body. So that was really cool. But let's look at the box. This box better than the box he was held in. And this is a phenomenal box. This is better than the box that he came in. We have the character select screen for Chun-Li from Ultra Super Street Fighter. I'm not sure if that's the exact face, and I'm not going to go back and verify. I don't really care that much. But that is the sprite art from one of the Street Fighter 2 games. We have an arcade box for it, so that actually is really cool. Health bars on top. On the side, other characters that are probably coming: T-Hawk, Vega, and I can't see into the shadow, so I don't know who that might be. Then the characters on the back: Chun-Li, Ryu, and Fei Long, or Ryu, rather. On the side, we have Cammy, Fei Long, and Ryu again with DJ on top. Now, I'm assuming this is the artwork from the arcade machine, which would be super dope. Not 100% sure, but in any case, super phenomenal box. Kudos to Jada Toys. You don't necessarily have to have a full box like NECA to have good artwork and good imaginations for your toys. You don't have to just have really crappy renders on there, and you can actually have photos of your toys, because that's a photograph, not a render. So that people can say, hey, you know what, can I do these dynamic poses that are on here, rather than be disappointed because they can't match the shapes and sizes that come from the renders. But now that we discussed how the box looks, let's see.
What's in the box?
So what comes in the box? We get 2 karate chopping hands, we get a yelling face Chun-Li, we get the action figure, and we get a stand for her lightning kick effect. Good amount of accessories. Like I said, I'm not looking for, a G.I. Joe classified trunk of weapons and all this other stuff, especially for figures like this. The additional hands and head is actually all I need. Let's look at the additional head. Let's see, can we get it in frame without ruining it? And there we have Chun-Li in her glory. Really good head. Now, the question that we will check later is, how does this head scale when it comes to the Lightning Collection? Because that is the reason why I got this set. No offense to Jada Toys, I might end up getting more of them, because this was actually, so far, I'm really impressed with what it is for the price. But I wasn't looking for Street Fighter figures. I'm not a fan of Street Fighter figures, but I'm a Power Ranger fan. So let's see how the posing works for this. She can T-pose really easily. I like the way they sculpted the shoulders so that does not actually hinder her from moving. It's part of the whole arm itself. So kudos to them. Let's see how far she can look up with her pigtails. Not the greatest looking up. It's not even hindered by the pigtails. It's just the neck articulation doesn't allow her to look up that much. So that's fine, I guess. Not a fan of that. I really would like her to have a little bit more ability to look up. Like, once again, I'm never asking for toys to be, you know, be able to put their leg behind their head and all that other stuff, but at least be able to do stuff that normal humans can do, like look up. I say 90% of the human beings on Earth can look up easily, and for someone fit like Chun-Li, she should be able to look up easily. Let's see if she can do some regular poses as well. And she can get into a sitting position, but she is hindered slightly by her dress. Even though it's a softer plastic, it's still strong enough that it pushes her out of position. So when she's sitting, she looks a little bit off. So instead of looking forward like I originally had her positioned, she looks a little helter-skelter to the side. But she's actually sitting, so her hips aren't being bothered by the plastic that much. She's sitting down, that's fine. I think another problem is that she has very thick legs, which is on par for Chun-Li, but it might be a situation where that might be hindering her ability to sit because she has a big dumper. Let's see if she can get to, obviously she passed level 1. Let's see if she can get into more dynamic poses. She can get into a fighting stance pretty easily because she has some good articulation in the hip and in the torso. So she's able to bend over and at least turn her hips so that she can get in a good fighting stance. She has a really high kick. I'm not using the stand. I'm pretty sure the stand will help her do this by itself, but I'm just using my normal figure stand that I have for really dynamic poses. Normally I would filter it out, but in this case we're not. We're just checking it out if she can do it. Let's see if she can ball up and do a backflip. And as you can see, the way her hips are set up, she will not be able to get her knees above her hips so that she couldn't actually do a backflip. So even though she passed 2 of the 3, she kind of failed level 2. But and I'm because of her hips, I'm assuming that she won't be able to do the level 3. But the fact that she passed level 1, kind of, because the head not going up is a problem. But she can get into some really decent poses. Not the most dynamic. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, both pinless. No drop hips, but the hips, I don't think that would have helped her because she's a big girl from the waist down. Yeah, this is a really cool figure for the price. It's, like I said, a $20 figure, $25 figure with this much is fairly decent. I think where a lot of people complain about Hasbro is that for $25 you don't get this much articulation, you don't get these kind of accessories, you get kind of a lot of reuse. And obviously we don't know if Cammy might have similar legs or things of that nature, but as it stands now, this is a brand new figure, brand new scope with brand new accessories. So once again, kudos to Jada Toys. Let's check her style out. So here we have Chun-Li, and let's get my hand out the way. You can see fairly decent sculpt on the face with some nicks on her face. Not a huge fan of that. Once again, these are kind of growing pains that you get with a company like this, where you're going to have missed spots on your action figure. But outside of small pieces of paint either rubbed off, not by me because this is the first time I've handled it, or small paint smudges like right there. Other than that, it's actually a really good action figure. Textured back on her clothes. This is a really good figure for a female. As you can see, they put a lot of attention into her butt, making sure that she was a thick girl compared to her upper torso. Thin waist, really big legs. A lot more toys should do the BBL look. decent size because she has a small waist. They didn't have to go crazy on her cleavage area, on her breast area, so she doesn't have to look like she has massive boobs, and they still get the effect they're looking for. Like I said, besides some little paint splotches that are missing, this is a really good style toy. There's not really much I can complain about besides some of the paint detail being off. The fact that there is paint on here is impressive. And like I said, other than that, the fact that some of the details in the paint are a little off because of how they were applied, can't complain. The last thing we'd go before we see how it blends in with the Lightning Collection for the reason why I got this. Let's put Chun-Li in her Lightning Kick stance. And yeah, that is, let's turn the head a bit. That is the reason why you get these things. Not the reason why I got it. The reason why most people get it is because that looks super awesome. You take a great shot of that and be like, hey, you know what? That is exactly why. And then I believe it's hollow in all of them, so you can actually put her leg in all 3 positions. That's what he said. And have, if you are good at stop animation, probably show her doing the Lightning Kick in those 3 positions, which would be really cool. So now the reason why I got this toy, let's see how she stands next to the Lightning Collection Chun-Li. As you can see, the Jada toy is slightly taller than the Hasbro Blazing Phoenix Ranger. Also, you can see that Hasbro did not actually do a rescope for the legs. They just kind of took their normal female Rangers and slapped it on here. But I do appreciate the detail in the morpher and the front of her skirt. But like I said, in the back of her skirt. But like I said, the main reason why we got this was to see if we can put Chun-Li's head on here. One second. I'm not sure. Obviously the peg holes don't match, so that's one thing. But the next question is that even if I bore a hole into the action figure head, would I be able to get this down and would it fit properly to make it worthwhile? I'm going to say probably not, looking at it. So if you're a Lightning Collection fan or you're a Blazing Phoenix fan and you want to know if you can use this head on the body, you cannot, not out the box. And I'm not sure if the body actually fits the torso. It might be a little bit too small for this body, but oh well. Anyway, Jada Toys, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, must buy. If you like really good action figures, a must buy. Like I said, I'm impressed with the figure, and go get it. Anyway, guys, Big Fix McGee out. Catch you in the next video.